Hey there, this is Katherine. Hope you're doing well. I am sharing a product I picked up from HSN. They had a big sale. This came out last year from Diamond Press, and I didn't get it, and I regretted it because I love the idea of it. It's a celebration cracker set where you can make your own little treat boxes, like in the shape of crackers, and I was so excited to get it. I'm just going to make a few crackers today, and then I'm also going to make a card, but there are a ton of dies and stamps. I didn't realize what all you got. I think there was a coordinating Christmas set that went with it as well, but that's been long sold out, and I think it's something that they won't bring back. But this one I was excited to get because I thought this would be fun to make different treats for different occasions. And so I was showing you there that I'm going to be able to get two of these pieces. You need two to create your little box. So I cut my cardstock in half, and it will fit through my Diamond Press marquee machine. Now I'm going to turn it, it's a little hard to see on camera, the tiniest bit at an angle, so it's not straight going through. If you put that metal edge straight through, sometimes it'll kind of jump and it won't give you the best cut, I've found, and that's on any die cutting machine. If you put a straight edge against a straight edge, I just don't think you get the best cut sometimes. So I just kind of turned it a little bit at an angle, and you can see it went through and cut everything out on the first try. So you got to have two of these. I'm going to put this cracker together just to show you how it works. I'm going to struggle a little bit at the end with actually twisting the top. I think that's the hardest part. But if you do have this set at home, you have the instructions that will walk you through. I try to follow the instructions, and I usually do pretty well. This one I struggled a little bit on, I'll just be honest. That first one to get it going, and then once I got it made, it was much easier. So it's just kind of one of those dies to me that, you got to have in hand, and you just kind of have to feel it when you're twisting that top together. But it does work great, and I had a lot of fun making it. I think this is a great way to use up patterned paper. I have tons of it. I think that you do need to use a heavier weight, either cardstock or a nice thick pattern paper. I think if you have a really thin pattern paper, it's not going to work great. I don't think it would hold up. This is a decent sized cardstock. Probably, I would say this is probably 100 pound, and you can see I'm folding based on the instructions. You're going to fold forward, and then I'm folding backwards, and that will allow you to twist your pieces together. You can glue these edges together per the instructions, and then I will let that dry really well because I'm using this liquid adhesive. You could use red line tape, I'm sure. I just really pretty much all the time now use a liquid adhesive because I like to wet those fibers. I just find that they hold pretty well when you wet them and let them dry together. So you're going to do that for both sides. The box part, the cracker part, goes together pretty easily. It's pretty self-explanatory. And it has these little arrows as well showing you how to do that. And then I'm just going to glue that other side together. It should line up precisely, as this is a die cut. I didn't hand make this. I know you can hand make little boxes like this, but I was excited to have a die that would do the work for me. And you'll see I'm going to kind of fiddle with this. Again, there's some instructions there telling you how to turn it. And I just had to kind of keep fiddling with it to get it to work for me. And then once I had it the first time, it just kind of went together. You kind of have to push and pull and twist. And it's just one of those dies. I feel like you just kind of have to have it in your hand and twist it together, and then it finally came together. Because you are kind of breaking down the fibers of the paper. Paper you have to kind of work with. It's got all those fibers together, and then, but you can see I'm kind of bending it here and so, and then finally I'm going to get it together. And then the other end actually came together quicker than the one side. I don't know why, but it came together, and it is super cute. So it's adorable, and I'm going to see if a gift card will fit in there. I think it said on the instructions that it would, but I just wanted to show it on camera. If you have this at home, that the gift card does fit. It's pretty firm in there. You can feel it in there, but it does fit. This would be cute for treats. I think this would be a great one for money for a teenager or a child. If you were given a little thing of money and put some treats in there, I think this would be fun for a Thanksgiving dinner. You could put a note of thanks or love and appreciation in there for someone and set it at the place setting, put their name on it, let them open it, and then you could share your words of thanks or love to someone. I think that would be a really cute idea. I was going to try and make one of those, but I ran out of time. So I'm going to move on to the tag. There is this awesome die that is included in this set that has this great big tag. I love the size of it. There's a birthday stamp in here. I'm going to stamp this in 2 tones. So I've got a darker blue, and then I'm going to come back with a lighter blue here, and it worked out great. I didn't have to mask it off. You could if you were worried about mixing the colors together, but it seems to me there's enough space between it that if you're using a little ink cube, you could just stamp it out that way. I'm going to add my happy birthday on top, and then I have gone ahead and stamped some balloons. I'll add those in a second, but first I'm going to add the little tag reinforcers that is included. There's a little die that has 2 little tag reinforcers. I'm just showing you how I store my scrap paper. I have this big bag. It's probably 9 by 12 to fit standard cardstock 8.5 by 11, and I just cram it all in there. I have big pieces and some smaller pieces, and then when it gets too full, I just kind of pull out some of the teeny tiny pieces and recycle them. But I try to save all of my scraps, and I like the bag because it's mobile, so I can take it with me if I need to do some die cutting. That little diamond press marquee machine is great because you can take it, it's lightweight, with you. So having that little bag is just a fun way to be able to take them with me, and I can have my scraps at hand anytime. And I don't color organize them. I should, but I don't because that's just not me. All right, so back to the project. I am putting these 2 little tags on there to make a nice strong tag up top so there won't be any worry about it tearing. And then here are those balloons that I referenced that I already stamped and die cut. And I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to place them. Again, there's such fun little elements in this set. And again, I'm going to make a card in just a minute too, so it doesn't have to be just for the crackers. So I'm going to stamp this cute balloon string that's included. I probably should have glued my balloons down before I did this. It worked out okay, but I thought, well, if I mess it up, then I can just cover it up. But I wanted to try and see. So I just stamped that directly onto the balloon, and then very carefully I'm going to add a little bit of glue to them to hopefully hold them into place before I take it out of my stamp position. And then I'm going to add a little extra glue to finish it off. You could pop these up with some foam, tape, or dots as well, but I'm just gluing these directly onto this tag. And now I've got another cracker that I made in another patterned paper. So again, great product to, if you have this set, pull out your pattern paper and try and use some of it up. I have tons of it, and these would be fantastic for parties or anything like that. I'm just going to tie this on there and doing just a bow because I want the recipient to be able to open it easily. And you can see that you can kind of stand it up on its side. I think that would be so cute for a gift. All right, so now I have another tag that I have stamped with this cute Santa. This is another diamond press set that I picked up recently, an older Christmas set with this cute Santa. And I'm just going to do a really quick color of the top of his hat. And I'm using some reds here, R27, R29. I did cut this tag out of alcohol-friendly paper. It just allows me to color directly on there and get a blend if I wanted to do a big blend. I'm not going to do a lot of blending on this, but that way I can just go ahead and be assured that the paper will work with my ink. I'm going to come in here with a little bit of the darker, and then you can also see that I stamped that ho 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 just in some red ink. I'm going to add his nose and I'm going to use a little bit of gray here, but at first I'm going to clean up my little smudge with my colorless blender, my best friend when it comes to doing Copics, because I always make mistakes. And I think the nibs on my markers too, those two, I use them a lot. Those reds probably need to be replaced. So I feel like I come out of the line a little bit easier because my nibs need to be replaced. So I need to put that on the to-do list. Just using a little bit of C1 there to add a little bit of definition to his beard. And then I'm going to pull out some twine to add this to my little box. Again, doing the same thing, just threading my string through, and then I will trim that off if I need to. All right, so I've got my Christmas red going here with that cute green twine. I'm leaving it a little bit loose so that I can manipulate it where I want it to sit when I put it on a table or in a stocking or something like that. So there are those two. They are very quick and easy. And again, all these fun elements that go with the set as well. I'm just showing you some of the flowers that I'm going to use. There were some flowers included in this set as well. And I'm showing you the thank you. I'm just going to come here and ink around this little scalloped green piece of paper that I cut, just to add a little bit of definition and contrast against that white background. The background die is from LDRS Creative. I just cut it in white and I added it to a white card base to add a little bit of interest. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it has beautiful stitching detail. And then I'm going to directly glue that green scalloped piece. Next, I will add a few flowers on here. Those pretty flowers that I stamped and die cut in different shades of pinks. And then there's a little bit of kind of a cantaloupe color. And I'm going to add these on there, two at the top and a third one at the bottom. And I'm just using some little tiny pieces of foam here for those centers. And then to finish it off, I've got some of these beautiful gems from Maker Forte. I love them. And I love the little jar that they come in. And I am going to glue those down. They've got a beautiful gold tone to them. I've got a little sticky tool here that I've had for a while. This is from Stampin' Up! That I've had a long time. And I'm just going to use that to pick up the tops of my gems and add them on there. So a quick and simple card, but you can do so much more with just than just those little treat boxes that I showed you. An added benefit when you have these beautiful flowers and the balloons, just a lot of fun things to be done with this set. So anyway, that's just a little bit of summer inspiration. It's July where I am. It's hot, and I thought I should do a little bit of Christmas in July. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.